10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, that's what I call a live stream. No, that's what I call a live stream. Guess who's back? Back again. Monday night, channel now. Guess who's back? 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 Nah, doom, doom, nah. It's Colin, and I'm with him. Welcome back, everyone. You're in the making, and we will still be as poor as always. Thank you all for coming along. It's like I say, it's been a year. New house. I was going to say studio, but it's not studio. New house. But thanks, everyone, for coming along. 17 in the chat. So what I'm going to do is welcome everyone along. Actually, first off, I will apologise. Stu's not here. He's not going to be here for the next however many weeks because he's going to become a paedophile. Yep. Well, of sorts. He has auditioned and he's going to start as the child catcher at Panto up in, where's he live? Kelso. Up in Kelso. So if you are up there or whereabouts, go along and just shout nonce at him. Okie dokie. But let's welcome you all in the chat. Wrong. Let's see. Sharon Bradford's first in. Welcome, Sharon. Welcome, Nia. Hello, Chris. And I haven't got an apple. No, I'm going to risk it. Hiya, Andrew. Unfortunately, well, I can try and help you with your Now TV box, but I'll probably get it wrong. Hello, Lainey. Hello, Susan. Hello, Keith. Keith M. Is that a new name? I don't recall you, but hello, Keith. Hello, Makamula. Going down here. Andrew, that is not a true story. Hello, the Monkey Thrifter. Let's see who else we've got in here. Oh, why is my mouse not working now? Mac Mula, going to be so disappointed with the code. Sort of not here, but yes, I am here. Can't believe I'm dancing to this jingle. You must have missed it, but thanks for dancing along, Lainey. Unlike Susan, who hated me last jingle. If anyone's seen me last video, if it's your comments, I would like to say a thank you to Reef and Chris Evans for helping us come up with that. But I quite liked it, but obviously Susan didn't. No change to M. No, just change to M. All right. Hello, Keith. Sorry, I didn't recognise you. Yes. So, and hello, Oliver Ian, little Steve. So, everyone, I've seen some people asking what we are on. We're still on Now 16. We should have been on, like, Now 30, 40 or whatever, but we're just still on Now 16 because I am such a lazy, you know what. But yes, currently on Now 16. So, I think we should try and start off where we... Or try and start up where we left off. Now 16, here we go. It's a bit of a small screen. I struggled as well trying to find out how to share screens and everything. But that's nothing new. But yes, so Now 16, and we are starting, I think it's the 13th track on this, and it's Waterfall. Oh, it's not working. Oh, bugger. Bear with me, people. Right, remove that. Stop sharing. No, not that. Present. Share screen. I'll go click entire screen. Is it that one? No. Window. Go there. Oh. Just talk amongst yourselves. Sorry. Hello, Paula. Welcome along. Technical difficulties. Share entire screen. Shall share that. Yeah, that's how I did it. Oh, bugger. How do I do this? And I think we're there. I think we're finally there. Neil's just put his outtake video. Well, there's quite a lot like that. Now that's what I call 112 out on July the 29th. Yes. We'll be on to that bar in 2112 if we last that long. Okie dokie. So, welcome along, Paula. New name. Thank you for coming along. Right. So, we are starting off with Waterfall by Wendy and Lisa. Now, this song I wasn't too familiar with. Yes, I'm out of sorts, Susan. It's not like I'm out of touch. Each second countdown is lasting 4 seconds. Sorry. Right. Like I said, right, hold on. Can I hide that? Yes. Right, mate, that. No. I don't know how it's doing. Right, anyway, let's moving on. Okie dokie. Right, so Waterfall, Wendy and Lisa. I hadn't heard of this song before looking at this album. But it's possibly the worst song on this thing, starting off with a terrible song. Yeah, never heard of it. Susan says she never heard this track. It only got number 69 in the chart, but Wendy and Lisa used to be in Prince's band, The Revolution, before releasing songs as a duo. And they were also known as Girl Bros. Again, never heard of them. But you can tell they're sort of associated with. Can you hear that? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear the video. Hiya, Big Steve. Can you hear that video at all or not? Nope. Oh, right. Hold on. Can you hear it now? Oh, still no. Jesus, man. Still no after I've changed that. No. I'm just going to Tesco's. Right, Lainey, I'll try and get you to come in when you come back. If I can try and get this on. You need to share the computer audio. Oh, tick the box, Jesus. Close that. Right, so screen share. Right. So present, screen share. Oh, share audio there, entire screen. Yeah, there. Share. There again. Go there. Go dirt. All right. So let me know if you can hear this on the. You can hear it now. Good. Right. As I was saying, can't remember what I was saying. As I was saying, they have a bit of a Prince vibe about them. So yeah, you can sort of hear it as well. But the music video for this does remind me a bit of, I think it's the Roxette. She's got the look. It's got sort of that sort of thing where basically she's just sat on a chair playing guitar. And then there's a woman who's like, if you see it again, she's playing a piano with water in, which obviously wouldn't work. So that's a bit weird. But yeah, like I think other people in the chat saying like, yeah, definitely Prince vibe, but certainly not on the charisma appeal. Yeah, it's not a great song. It's pretty terrible. So we'll quickly move along. We've spent enough time on these with technical difficulties as well. So quickly moving along. But next up we have Kate Bush. With the title song from her 6th studio album, The Sensual World. Got number 12 UK charts. And the song was supposedly inspired by Molly Bloom stepping out of the black and white pages in the book Ulysses. I've never read it. The only Ulysses I know of is this Ulysses here, which had probably a better theme tune than this song here, because it is very Kate Bush a song, but it isn't one. It's no Bambushka or Wuthering Heights or anything like that. Yeah, Sharon said it's shite. It's so dreary. Yeah, it is Kate Bush, but it's not good. It's not as good as Ulysses. Ulysses. If you haven't seen it, I don't do it justice. Go and watch it. I think Philip Schofield used to love that song when he was in the broom cupboard as well, or when he was in the closet, shall we say? But yeah, it's another song I wasn't familiar with, but the other Kate one was dreamy. The other one was dreamy. Kate is great. Oh no, this Kate Bush song isn't that good. It's a bit nah. But you do get your Kate Bush music video, typical eccentric Kate Bush dancing in some enchanted woods dressed as a medieval woman. Yeah, Paula Jane knows the theme song. She's great at it. I can't understand a word she's singing in this song. Yeah, it's. I think this song is dreary as well. I listened to her a lot in my uni days. Yeah, but it's no Wuthering Heights. That's all I'm saying. It's on the Kate Bush scale of 1 to 10. She's down here with a 7 or something. It isn't that great. But again, not a song we know. But I'm going to try and send Lainey the link if I can. Bear with me. Actually, what I'll do. Sorry about this, people. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, Blue Harvesting. Hello there. Yes, so Lainey, you should have that link coming through. If you let us know in the chat when you're in the bottom bit, because I cannot see you at the moment. But yes, let's move on to Fine Young Cannibals. Her lyrics are always interesting, but her musicality is quite hit and miss, I think. Yeah, Paula, you're quite right. So come on, let's move on to Fine Young Cannibals with yet another song. I don't know if this is why I've put this off for so long, because there's quite a lot of these songs I don't recognise. Because this Fine Young Cannibals song is another track I'm not familiar with. And it's a bit more upbeat and like dancier for Fine Young Cannibals as well. There's better Kate Bush songs than that one, Andrew. And I don't just mean Run Up the Hill, there's better ones than that. But yeah, this Fine Young Cannibal song, it's a bit more dancey. It's very early dance in the type of music. And it even samples Funky Drummer from James Brown, which I can't really think of at the moment. Oh, there you go. Makamula. Fully enough, I've been watching Bambushka following YouTube's recommendations. There you go. Can't stand Roland's. See, that's the thing. Paula, his voice though. Paula, is that you like Fine Young like Roland's voice from Fine Young Cannibals? Because I think he has got one of them voices where it's like people like him or hate him. Because Susan doesn't like him. Blackboard's down. Neil's down a blackboard. This song only got number 20 in the charts. But the music video is your typical Fine Young Cannibal song with Roland in the front, like looking all moody and just the band playing in the background, black and white. Then you see them walking around places, but then it has like breakdancing, which doesn't really fit in with the music. But yeah, I'm not overly keen on this song. And I don't, like I say, this start of this live stream, I must apologize, the technicality, but the first 3 tracks on this are absolutely terrible. Songs I haven't really heard. So we'll quickly move along from them ones. And let's go to another song, which I didn't really know about. But actually, the beginning of this song if you listen, yeah, Paul, that's true about Fine Young Cannibals. It's like someone's told them to be hip. I used to get Roland Giff and Craig Charles mixed up. Okay. But yeah, the beginning of this track, not just the first three, Neil. Not just, well, yes, because I've never heard of it before. But the beginning of this track, as I was saying, I think it sounds like Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye, the beginning of that track as well. And my wife said it sounded like something, and I was meant to write it down, so bear with me 2 minutes. Can you remember that song last night? Yeah, when I played it and I said, what did you think it sounds like? You can't remember? Great, thank you. Well, she can't remember, so that was a wasted journey. But yeah, the beginning of this song sounds like Marvin Gaye. So if anyone else on here thinks it sounds like another track, let us know. If only it was Sexual Healing, this is another dreadful track. Yeah, it is a terrible track. It reached 22 in the chart and was the band's third highest track, which says something of how bad Then Jericho were. Before doing the now albums, I'd never come across Then Jericho, but this song is really bad. And they seem to have the 80s generic music video with like a band just singing in front of like a coloured backdrop on some sort of sound stage and shadows in the background to make it look like there's mountains. But and also you've got to interject an attractive woman, this time just throwing a pigeon up in the air, which she sort of gets frightened at. She jumps when the pigeon goes up in the air. What? Oh, it's gonna, yeah. So yeah. But yes. But I have my first celebrity look. Well, I'll say a celebrity lookalike. It is more a celebrity love child because I think it looks like sort of like three people. Paula thinks it sounds a little like it's going to turn into Roxette Used to Be Love. Oh, right. Yeah. I think there was a wind machine somewhere as well. Yeah, generic 80s soundstage, coloured backdrop. You've got to have an attractive woman in there somewhere doing something random, like throwing a bird up in the air or just twirling around or with a wind machine. But yes, I can see sort of three people, but not so much looking at this person, the lead singer. So let me get your guesses in now, please. Get your guesses in. Come on. Yeah, I'll put down here. It's got to be down for contender for the worst one. I can say one of these people that yes, Paula is getting one of them straight away. The chap from our heart, I think you mean Morten Hackett. Yes, that's the one which is going to not please Susan. Yes, Morten Hackett, along with a bit like Jason Donovan, but I think it's more his hair. I think it's more the hair to Jason Donovan, and a bit like an 80s version of Bono. It's like they've had a threesome, and then, yeah, Susan says Morten Hackett. I was just right there. No, that's what I thought. Morten Hackett didn't have the success, didn't have the talent of Aha, but yes, Morten Hackett. So I think this is the only celeb look like I've got on tonight's live stream. So we'll quickly move along to a better song-ish. Oh, people are protesting with Morten Hackett. No, Morten Hackett. He is a bit of a lookalike of Morten. So next up, we have Room in Your Heart by Living in a Box. Now, another sophisti-pop song like the last one. But this one I have actually heard of. I think it's the first song I've heard of on this bit. It's basically a middle-class love song. This is you, not UB40. Sorry, Sharon, not UB40. Living in a Box with very middle class, like music for me, like the sophisti pop stuff. Yeah, it isn't a great album, Paula. I think the first part we done on it, the songs weren't great. This part, the songs aren't great neither. And Susan thinks this one's another crap. Welcome aboard, Santa Claus. But I do quite like it. It's middle class love song. I might be saying something about my status in the world now that I've moved from my working class roots. But but yes, the beginning part of this song reminds me of something. Now, right. So Makamulu's been racking his brains, and he says the beginning of the Then Jericho song sounds like the start of Paul Young, Wherever I Lay My Hat. Yeah, a bit. Sharon says her soul's dying with this one. Where's Lainey? I don't know. She's at Tesco's. What was I going to say? She's probably getting fleeced if she hasn't got a club card, because it'll be like £5 for a bag of crisps. Club card, 50p. You know, that's what they're doing at the moment. But yes, the beginning part of this song, like, can anyone remember Michael Jackson's Nephews and 3T? And they had a song. Dun, 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 dun. One of them had a backpack on. I can remember that. There was 3 nephews. One had a backpack on, and they sang a song in like the mid-90s. And the beginning part of this all just reminds me of it when I've been playing it and like doing the research. But when you get, Tito, there was, welcome along, Stall. There was Tito and 2 others beginning with T. Yes. You remember that? It was Naff. But the beginning part of this reminds me of that song. It doesn't sort of sound like it, just reminds us of that song. But yeah, it could have been like, this could have been a Wet, Wet, Wet song, apart from Wet, Wet, Wet would have done it better, because I prefer Wet, Wet, Wet to these. I'm not a big fan. Or even when you listen to the song, when it gets really going, the people who've done the Home and Away theme tune, it could have been them who were doing this, because they were interchangeable. And I probably preferred the Home and Away theme tune. Even though I do like this, it is still not good as Home and Away's song. But this did get to number 5 in the UK charts and was the 45th best-selling song of 1989. It shows you what a poor year for music 1989 was. But yeah, and it's been covered by 2 people. It's been covered by the Italian singer Mike Francis, and also there was an Irish band called Streetwise with a Z, cool Z, Streetwise, who recorded this for Childline in Ireland, the Irish Childline in 2007. Now, I went over and listened to it, and it just looks like Louis Walsh is getting 6 lads together and going, yep, you're going to be like Westlife or Boyzone. It was just Louis Walsh molded this boy band and they sang this song. But what really stood out for me was Childline's number in Ireland. So over here, Childline was 0800 1111. In Ireland, 1-800 666 666. Now, Ireland being a very Catholic country, the Catholic Church has had a lot of, shall we say, stories about priests with kids. Imagine how, I think they've done that on purpose, going, oh, you can't ring that number, 666. No, the priest will go, you ring that number, you're going to hell. Yeah, that's been set up by the Catholic Church, hasn't it? It is so dodgy. That's me bit theory this tonight. But we'll move on to their generic. This is the step forward from Then Jericho's generic music video to this music video, where it's basically a band walking around the foreign city. I think it's Italy in this one. And you see them walking around, but there's got to be an attractive girl. There has to be an attractive girl walking around looking like she's lost because she's not with the band members and she needs them. No rave music so far, Paul. Yes, they are coming It is coming, Paula. Don't you worry. There's two very good tracks on here. So hopefully they'll come very, very soon. But yes, I think we're moving on to this is another track which will split opinions. Some people will like this. Some people will think it's absolutely dire and soppy shite. So next up, we have Richard Marx, Right Here Waiting. Now, I quite like it, even though it's a soppy track. It's a bit of a soppy track. I do quite like it. And people back in 1999 did quite like it because it only got to number 2 in the charts in the UK behind Black Box Right on Time, which I think was the biggest selling song of '89, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Susan doesn't like it. Nia likes it. The Monkey Thrifter thinks it's a great tune. So does Paula. So there you go. We've got the split decision again. Yeah, the billowy shirt is so wrong. But it was the thing then. You know what I mean? It showed you that he was strong and he was a sensual man. And she was lost without him. But yes, so yeah, this was the 30th best-selling track in the UK of 1989, and it's the 11th best-selling track in the US, but the second best-selling track in Canada. It got number 1 in US, Canada, Australia, Ireland, and New Zealand, and it's still the 397th best-selling track ever in the Billboard 100. Right on Time was a banger. Wish We Listened instead. Yes, I think Right on Time ended up on the hits collection, the rival to the Now albums. But yeah, Sharon's right. It does get overplayed. And like you said, talking about overplayed, in 2013, it was the UK's most streamed love song on Spotify in the lead up to Valentine's Day. I don't know why. I don't know if it was on an advert or something like that, but it was the most streamed love song. Unless Richard Marx was in the country and just had it on repeat. I don't know why. I don't know if he might have just been in the country and had it on repeat. But this song was originally wrote for Barbra Streisand. So I'm just having a look there. So Monkey Thrifter saying that is a quality tune, Right on Time. But yes, Richard Marx in 1988, 1989 was an aspiring singer-songwriter, and he was asked to write a song for Barbra Streisand. Asked to write a song for Barbra Streisand, but then he wrote it, and she refused. She refused to actually sing the song, as she wanted it rewritten as. Just to rewrite part of it, as in a quote, "I'm not going to be waiting for anyone." Such a diva. But yes, so Richard Marx then thought, I'll sing it myself. Oh, Lainey's in. Right, let me get Lainey in. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, let's go. No, don't want to. How do I? Oh, I'm lost off with all this. I'm out of sorts.
What's better than one Mackem? 2 Mackems! Woohoo!
Yay! Good for
Yay.
Barbara. No, I know, because it was his biggest selling track. I'm just saying. Have you seen the story where he wrote it for Barbra Streisand?
Did he?
Yeah. He wrote it for Barbra Streisand, and then he was asked to write a tune for Barbra Streisand. He wrote this song for Barbra Streisand, but then she refused the song because she wanted part of it rewritten, and it was the quote. Well, because she quoted as saying, "I'm not going to be waiting for anyone," so she wanted that part wrote out. So you don't need subtitles. You're fluent in Mackem now, Susan.
I like this song, by the way. I'm a fan.
You're a fan of this one, yes.
Yeah.
Have you liked any of the previous other 6 songs?
The first one was horrendous.
Yeah.
could hear the distinct Prince vibe, because obviously she was his guitarist, wasn't she?
Yeah, they used to be
Um,
in
but
New
otherwise it
Gen.
was under Kate Bush. Not one of my favourites. Kate Bush. It wasn't one I'd heard before of hers.
Yeah,
It was too whispery, and I couldn't understand what she was saying. Then it was it the Fine Young Cannibals after that?
yes, Fine Young Cannibals.
Um, love the Fine Young Cannibals. Love his voice, but for me, that song is two different songs. It's like a poppy. It's got like a pop beat to it, like a dance tune,
Yeah,
and then it's got this what I class as a ballad more. That I think it
yeah.
would have been better.
But and when
So
you watch the music video as well, it's like it's a third song because they've got people breakdancing and it's not
mm,
really matching in with the music. So it's like a third element added to it, you know what I mean?
yeah. What
So
was
uh,
what was after that? Is that just this one?
no, it was Then Jericho.
Oh, and that for some reason I
Sugar
was
Box.
it was weird, and I think I said it to Sharon, because me Sharon and Susan were doing homework last night, of course, in preparation, and I said it was, what was it then, because Susan said they're still going as a band, that, and
Oh,
so then we were like talking, they must be going around all the 80s festivals, blah blah. And I said, or is it like then Jericho, now geriatrical? You know what I mean? Or something like that. That's what they've changed themselves to. But yeah. Who needs homework notes, Sharon? I've remembered everything.
but you know who Richard Marx is married to?
No, I don't. His wife?
Her.
Ah.
Not the one in the shirt, the one in the red. Cynthia Rhodes, who played Penny in Dirty Dancing. And he said this song was basically a love letter to her, because she was off filming when he released it. She was in filming in South Africa and he was touring in America and everything. And it was due to the touring schedule that most of the music video is basically just like scenes of the crowd in the background and like him waving and everything, and then you'll see him on stage just singing to like an empty stage, and it was basically between concerts he would like, oh, we need to film a bit more of this, we need to film a bit more of that. So that was a thing, but I've said on this, even though it's a soppy ballad, I do quite like it. Don't mind it.
In the same, I do, and I like his other main hit, which was Hazard, was it?
Yeah, Hazards with the as Peter Kay says, the backwoods kid. If you haven't seen it, it's on Carshed. It's quite good. Susan just said the other joke from last night. If then Jericho started singing Sugar Box for us, we'd 10 Kiko.
Yeah, that was true.
So yeah, but then Susan says we had a good sing along to the upcoming track last night.
We did.
So
one of them coming.
So this track here, the Girl I Miss You.
Yeah.
Do you know the terrible rap?
Yeah.
Like the honey and the bee, you are to me, and it's
yeah, it's very cheesy.
Yeah, it is really bad. See, I didn't really know this song. When I heard it, I thought, because I was unsure if they were actually singing on this or like themselves, or it was still the people miming.
No, I
Because
think
it isn't.
Did you not see his miming? The guy with the bluer eyes or the bandana, the mime. Honestly, it was so overdone. It was ridiculous.
Because there's the one on the yacht, that's Fabian, and the other one who's the artist, that's Rob.
Yeah, so the one who was the artist, his miming when he was doing the voice sort of a part. Honestly, it was terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah. See, I didn't really remember, because when I read it, Girl, I'm Gonna Miss It, I got in my head, can you remember Hadaway?
Yeah.
In the 90s. He done a song called I Miss You. And I was like, oh, it's that song. And I was like, that was later than this, surely. And it was, obviously. But yeah, this would have been released around about when the Miming Scandal was coming out. So that's why I was unsure if they had sang it or it was the other people who were singing it, you know. So
I liked this song. It was so cheese, but obviously in 1989 I was 14, so you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, um, and it was really bad cheese, and then obviously all that thing came out where like they weren't singing it, and I don't think anybody cared really. It was meant to be this big deal, but like the people who were fans didn't care, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like Black Box Right on Time. That was a sample from a.
Yeah,
It was like some Motown singer from the 60s. They couldn't get the rights to it, and then I'm positive it was Heather Small from who later went on to record with them people. It was her who actually come out and was doing the singing. Um,
I don't think it was her. It's not distinct to me. Her voice is a bit annoying for me. I know she's got, but it's I don't know. I
uh,
find it a bit
and
annoying.
then there's another track later on where there's miming involved, but we'll come to that in a bit.
Yeah,
This video is so creepy. Never liked them, even though that when they were outed, even before they were outed, sorry, they were miming different words. Sharon's saying,
yeah.
Lainey loved all the romantic cheese of 40.
Who didn't? Who didn't love all the romantic cheese of 14 when you believe in crap like that?
and you just simply loved Simply Red Leicester.
Yeah.
It does have a place back in its day. The only reason it matters is because they won loads of awards. Yeah, no one would have cared if it was just like, I don't know, Jedward. I don't know. Not saying if Jedward are watching, probably not. I don't think you mind because I think you're terrible anyway. So what would be the point of miming? But yes, this reached number 2 in the UK charts,
Mm?
which really surprised me. I didn't think it
Well,
peaked that
because
much.
it was as Susan says, it was sort of aimed at 14-year-old girls who were buying records, I guess. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Spending their pocket money.
yeah,
99 pence in Jackie White's market. As you do. Buys.
yeah. See, Paula was jaded by them by doing the miming. No, they tried to say, oh yeah, because they did release songs later on as Rob and Fab or something, and their career just bombed. And I think one of them took his own life.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but it was number 1 in the US, Switzerland, Holland, Canada, Belgium, Australia, and it was the 15th best-selling single in the UK in 1989. I'll reiterate what I said before. 1989 wasn't a great year for music.
oh, it had the greatest dance tune in 1989, though.
Is it one coming up on here, or you...
Yeah.
Right, okie dokie. But yeah, the music video is a bit... I couldn't follow because you had like one of them singing on the boat, and was he thinking about past memories or was it present memories? And then he was with the other one who was the actress, and then it all come about where it revealed the poster. Is it that blonde woman or was it the one pulling the poster down? And it's like, has she been with them both? Is she the Yoko Ono of Milli Vanilli, and the lip sync scandal was all just a front just to get them out there?
They were both. She was
Yeah,
playing both.
she was playing them both. She's the Yoko Ono what killed Milli Vanilli. There you go, Lainey.
Yeah.
Don't believe the falsities of the lip sync scandal.
Yeah.
Just not many on the Now albums. Yeah, I think the hits albums must have had the better songs.
Yeah.
Wasn't it considered the second summer of love, 1989? I think it was due to like the house music and everything. But yes, I don't think so. You rate this song then just because of like your memories to it, then rather
Yes,
than
it's
not the musicality.
It's no God, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and it's total cheese. But it has a connection through my memories of being younger, and so that's why I like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's the thing. But so we'll move on to the next song. And all I can say, Lainey, tell me something. You can't play drums. Bum bum bada bada bum bum bada bada bum bum. This to me is the best track on the album. I don't know if it's you or it'd be the other dance song.
no, not this one.
Oh,
I love
see
this
this.
song. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
You like
I love
it?
it because as soon as you can't play drums, dun, 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 you can't
Mm.
play bass, dun, 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 dun.
The woman's voice on this is brilliant. The
Yeah,
female singer, she was brilliant.
yeah.
She's
Like I say, best track, 25th bestseller of the year though as well, reached number 3 in the charts. There must have been some big songs in the top of the charts what hung around for a while because when you think it's only got number 3, but it's still the
yeah,
25th bestseller. So
yeah.
because I
That's
think we had
probably the
Jive
best
Funny,
line.
didn't
Is he a Yankee? No, I'm a Londoner.
we? Yeah. Love It But Not the Best Track. Oh, I thought someone. See, I prefer this one over the ones I think yous are all going to pick. I think I know which ones yous are going to pick. Yeah, but I just love this track. Everybody shake your stuff.
In my
Yeah.
head. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pebbles here. Yeah. Even the rapping on this is done right because they do it in a London voice. Yet a lot of people around this time were trying, like from the UK, were trying to rap
We're trying to
as
sound
American.
American so that
Yeah,
to fit in.
yeah, but they've done it in like a London, but done it right. But the music video for this, I think, was done by the same people who done Technotronic because it's basically them just jumping around in front of a green screen by the looks of it.
The music video was ridiculous.
Yeah,
He's
but
got
it's
like
the same.
his Michael Jackson jacket on, right? Like for Thriller. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then there was a bit in it further along, and there was two blokes standing behind him, and I swear to God they were both in different videos to him. Like he was singing along to his, and they was dancing
Oh
back,
yeah.
and I swear they were both doing different moves that had no relevance to what was actually playing.
Oh,
So
but it's quite similar when you see the Technotronic video of this one because it is them just jumping around and obviously green screen effect or something. Because
yeah,
Technotronic is more like if you want a 90s print for something, just have a look at the Technotronic video because in the background it is just all 90s splash colors, you know, in the back of that. This one, it's a bit more like them video in front of a video of them, if you know what I mean. It doesn't look very street stuff.
no.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're all going to pick. Oh, but on the beginning of this video, what I found, who's this news? What's his name? He's a newsreader, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't got the tash. I spent too long, about half an hour, trying to find his name. So if anyone knows what he is called, please let us know. Because is it Dominic? No, Dominic Marner? No, it isn't him. He is a newsreader. I'm positive he's on.
Yeah, I recognise him as well, but I can't think what it is.
Yeah, because he was on it, and I was like, "That's that newsreader." Oh, who is it? Who is? Cannot find him anyway. I'm positive he was on ITN rather than BBC as well, but I just can't think of who it is. So if you do know, let us know in the chat, and we'll move on to another song, which it's no. All I'm going to say, it's no Ray Parker Jr.
That was said in our conversation last night. Can't remember who said it, but that was said in our conversation last night. I still like it.
Oh, no.
I do like it, but also what was said was, I can't remember. Both Susan and Sharon said that they thought he was going to burst out into "Two Can Play That Game" any moment because that sounded so similar.
All right. I never.
I think it was two can play that game. Yeah, I think so.
Because Two Can Play That Game is that I would rate that as his best track. I love that track from like the late 90s. But I don't know if when it come back in like 95 or whatever, 96, when that come back, I don't know if it was like remixed or changed over. So I don't know about that. But the Ray Parker, like, I've just reading Ray Parker Jr. again. The rapping in this is a bit terrible. It reminds us of, if anyone can remember, the Turtles. They had turtle power from by Partners in Crime with a K and a Y. And they had that rap, and it was like Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello make up the team with one other fellow, Raphael. He's the leader of the group, transformed from the known by the nuclear goop. Learned it from looking.
You don't know it all, do you?
Yeah, I learned that from looking. No, but Bobby Brown does a rap on this, and it's a bit like, oh, it's. I don't know, it just doesn't flow, and I can't remember this being from Ghostbusters 2, but I don't think I've seen Ghostbusters 2 in about 20 years. You know what I mean? It's not one of the movies you see regularly, even on telly. But I can't remember this being a big hit off us.
I don't remember it being that big of a hit. I mean, not obviously like Ghostbusters, the song itself.
Yeah. Susan was just distracted by his triangular head.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, and the shock appearance of Donny Trump.
Yes, well, that's what I had on the next bit, where I said like the music video is them dancing around on billboards, and you get like famous people like Moranis, and then the biggest monster of all appears there. And Christopher Reeve, there was loads of like random famous people. Yeah.
And then
just seemed to appear in the music video.
And then the rest of them I didn't know.
Yeah. I think Sigourney Weaver was in it at one point.
It looked like the woman from Fame.
Oh.
The original Fame. She had like was it a cello or some sort of big violin?
Oh, I don't know. I missed her.
She was on a road. I think it was like on what I guess would be called a freeway.
A freeway.
Freeway.
Yeah, but it reached number 4 UK charts, number 5 in the US, number 1 in New Zealand, third best-selling single in Canada in '89, and the 52nd in the UK. But yeah, to me, it's not a good song.
It's all right. It wasn't. It's nothing special. I didn't mind it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But as you said, you can play that game and much better.
Yeah. But I don't see that's the thing. I don't know if it was like someone remixed it and then I don't know if that's an old track and it's possibly brought up to date. You know what I mean? It could possibly be like that. Meteoric. Yes.
Mediocre.
Sorry, mediocre.
I mean, I can't. I have trouble, so. But that one I work out.
But not as bad as the sickly, cheesy romance. It's almost like they were they threw every budget celebrity, to try and It was like they just tried like, oh, let's get this celebrity in. Oh, do you want to do us a favor? Come in this video, and nothing works. But now we get on for another contender, which I think will probably win best song.
This is the song.
Yeah.
This is the song.
Now we're talking Pump Up the Jam. But this I've got like memories of this being at like a family do, and it being played about 3 or 4, if not 5 or 6 times. It was just played and played and played. And I must have been about 9, maybe pushing 10. But I can remember dancing like a bit like the Bushwhackers, just dancing like that all the time. And thinking I was like, and I think what it was, I've probably seen like a clip from the news where there's been a legal rave and it was just showing someone dancing away like off the heads on ecstasy or something. And I'm like, yeah, that's how you dance there. And just dancing like that for about 3 hours straight, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we were singing this, me, Sharon and Susan, last night. And I think they were muting themselves and things like that so that like they could have a proper sing out, you know. And then we were just all singing together at one point, I think. And it was just amazing, like, you know.
It is a good track, I must admit. It is a very good track.
Absolutely brilliant. You cannot not stay still to this, you know what I mean? Like
the Women's Institute's theme song.
Pump your jam. Oh, that draws a jam. The WI's theme song.
Yeah.
Can you imagine them having to do like a stop to do some dance routine to it?
Well, that's the thing. To be honest, this was my pick for Mime Time, but because I ran out of time to film Mime Time, So I never got you haven't got Mime Time this week, so I must apologise. You haven't got Celebrity Feet this week neither, so I must apologise for them too missing. But yes, Pump Up the Jam was going to be Pump Up the Jam, pump it up while your feet are stomping and the jam is pumping. Just like, I don't think you can even see it. It's like just lifting me leg, like, and that. But yeah, but can you remember Metro Radio having they'd done a version called Pump Up the Bitter, which was a dire like charity version of it, and it was like absolute shit. I don't know if can you remember that or not. I think my mum and dad bought it. It must have been for a local charity.
I don't remember the song, no.
Jeremy Bowen, well done, Nia. The newsreader Jeremy Bowen.
Well done, Nia. It was Susan in 1989. I thought this was the coolest thing ever. It was.
Yeah. But yeah, got to number one all over the world: Belgium, Canada, Greece, Iceland, Portugal, Spain. And what's so when you look at them, Greece, Portugal, and Spain, holiday destinations. So it would have probably been like the summer song when you went on a holiday abroad or whatever.
Yeah.
It would have been like the song to what you come back with. But it only got to number 2 in the UK. So I don't know who beat it, but it got to number 2. Probably Jive Bunny.
Lovey, it'll be one of them lovey-dovey songs, probably.
Yeah. Either Stockacre and Waterman, a lovey-dovey song, or Jive Bunny.
I'm laughing at Sharon because she's put Leonie quote because she says quote because quote and quote are the same words.
Quote and quote.
Yeah. So last night when we were talking, I says, "Have you noticed she really strains that pump out? Because when she's singing, the woman, she goes like." Because we just say pump up the gym. She goes pump up the gym. She probably like
strains a pump out.
Yes, I was like, strains a pump out.
Let's hope she doesn't follow through, Leonie. Doesn't strain out too much.
Yeah. So Sharon was writing it down last night after.
It reached number 2 in the US as well. That's the 465th all-time record on the Billboard 100, and it was the 8th bestseller in the UK. So when you think it never got number 1, but it was the 8th best-selling song,
yeah,
there must have been something. Well, just beat it and just kept it off the top spot. But like Black Box Right on Time, the singer of this song, well, who people thought was the singer, was a model. What was her name? I wrote it down somewhere. Feli Kilini. She's a Congolese model, and it wasn't her, but she was using all the promotional material, like on the front cover. But it was Yarkid K, who I think sang on it, you know. So, as you can see here, that's her there. She was used a lot more. But I think it was a young kid who might have been singing a lot. I don't know. But she was lip syncing. It might have just been some random older woman with a great voice, but obviously like Meatloaf. She's not going to do any promotional work. I'll get a model.
Also, like we were talking last night about how, like currently, there's so much like back in fashion. So the bum bag is back in fashion, isn't it? And I think he had like a Aztec print top on, and that's sort of back in the kind of carpet coat type of thing.
Chunky jewelry.
Chunky jewelry, yeah.
Yeah. Like the what you call it? What you call them shorts? Cycling shorts, like the figure hugging stuff like that. It is all back in. But like I was saying, if you have a look at like the backdrops on here, it's all like the 90s prints, early 90s stuff, which is on t-shirts at the moment.
Yeah.
Hi, Rich. Thanks for coming along. Bit late, like, but thank you. All the same. 20 lines, please. But yeah, it's won, like you say, it's won loads of awards. It's been named like best or greatest 90s song or best or great dance songs. It's always in them lists, you know what I mean? So it is one of them songs which does stand out. So moving from one big house track to another with Little Louie and French Kiss.
I can't deal with this. I
Can
don't
you?
like it. No. And I do remember it, and I do remember it being played, and I even remember dancing to it. Well, not that it was quite dancing to it, was it? That we did to this, but I
Yeah.
felt it was very much sort of, and I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but aimed towards the drug related people.
Oh,
To me,
yeah. I do quite like. I do think it's a good dance track. Paula says this is the number one for sure. I think she might be still. I don't know if this chat's delayed on here. She might be talking about the last one. I think she's talking about the last one. But yeah, it is a good dance track, but I don't think I heard it back in the day. Mainly because it was banned by the BBC. Quite a lot of radio stations banned it, and it was mainly because of this.
Oh. 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 Oh, God. Oh, yeah, right there. Oh. Oh.
Apart from that, is not the actual clip. That's from Harry Met Sally, right?
yeah,
Because the actual clip in that is because I always every song I put through and see what bits get copyrighted. And sometimes it's just a little bit of the song, sometimes it's all the song. The only bit of this song which is copyrighted is the sex noises in the middle. That's will get you a copyright claim. The rest of it's fine, fair game. It's the little copyright, like the sex. So I thought, oh, I'll just do that. But I can tell Andrew's not in anymore because he would have been all over the chat when that's come on. Might have finished him off actually.
I think what it was for me as well was it was kind of like it did this, it had this thing in it where it started off slow, so you'd be get like oh, it was like fast, I can't remember, and then it's slow, then it's speed it up, so you'd be like and then you get slowing down again, and then you'd speed it back up again, and it was like it went on for ages as well, because it was like what, 9 minutes long or something.
Yeah, oh, it's a long track. It's a long track.
Really?
It got to number 2 in the UK though.
Yeah,
But
everything got a number 2 at the minute, didn't it?
Sorry?
Everything got a number 2 at the minute.
Well, yeah, there was something must have stayed at number 1 the whole time.
Yeah.
Number 2, UK, West Germany, Spain, Greece. Number 1 in the Netherlands. 8th best-selling song across the whole of Europe in '89. But Top of the Pops, I think, had a lot of problem with it when they would just play like the first bit of it, but I don't think they would play the actual video, because the video, when you look at it, it is like, it's quite weird because you've got these two people who are like sort of having sex, but not. Then you've got a bloke who's like a mummy, and then a lot of phallus-like vegetables and fruits, followed by a load of like clockwork toys, and then there's just a random kids in as well, like young kids, which is just like, what? It just doesn't really go, you know. It was Lady Buying the Jive Bunny that kept them all at the good tracks in number 2.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was.
But yeah, I think the tracks, it didn't really play the music videos, and it was like
It
quickly
was
like swept.
There was nothing to it for me. You know what I mean? That was the whole thing. There was and I guess that was the aim. It was to just zombie out on your Bacardi breezes and, like, you know, wobble around the dance floor and bump into someone else. I guess that's what it's about. But then I guess I was 14, so maybe if I'd have been a bit older, maybe it would have.
That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing. And then we move on to the last track of tonight's live stream, which is Ideva. I Thank You. And it's another song I don't really know. Listen to it, and it's not a bad track. It's sort of middle of the road, early 90s soul dancey music, but it's a bit Susan remembers Ideva, sadly. But
I remember her. I think what I noticed watching the video was the over pronunciation she did in the in the thing in the miming. I mean, she sounded like she had a good voice, I guess,
Yeah,
but it just
it was
wasn't.
very soulful, but it just, I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
just
It was
wasn't the
just,
right song.
yeah. Oh, it's Bobby Brown as a woman.
Yeah, oh, that was mentioned as well last night. It's a
Yeah,
Bobby Brown.
but yeah, it's something to nothing. The music video is basically them just in like a diner stroke like fancy wine bar type thing, and
Yeah,
it's just it's a nothing song for me. It's you know. But
yeah,
most of this has been out of all this. I can possibly say there's about 3 or 4 songs which I think, yeah, I would listen to them, but a lot of them is just nah.
no. I
I,
mean, we one of the things that we do is when we do homework and we'll go through all of the songs the day before, we'll look in the comments because sometimes some of the
yeah,
comments are hilarious. And I forgot which one had a really good, funny comment and which one it was. But what we also always look for is what we've found is that someone is always underrated. No, she was
yeah,
underrated. So there's always someone there who goes, "This is my favorite song, and she is so underrated," or "This song is so underrated." You know what I mean? There's always someone who comes up and they'll go, "Oh, this was me and Mary's song we met 30 years ago on the prom, blah, 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 blah." Do you know what I mean? So there's always that. And then there's always someone who goes, "Oh, it's in memory of my friend Bob, or it's in memory of someone," you know what I mean? Rest
yeah,
in peace, Bob, whatever. And then there's always someone who does the um well, I knew his cousin's mom sister, and he now lives down the road in Spain or something. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's one of them, and you
yeah,
get them on everyone. So now is a thing. We're looking out for them on each one, just to you know.
yeah.
But
I know Stu. Stu used to always look at the He went, "Oh," when
yeah,
I was looking at it, and they used to read the
you should look at
comments.
the comments because sometimes they're hilarious. And as I said, I can't remember which one of them was, but we laughed a few times at the comments in one of them because it was really funny.
The
It's the
people who
mac
put this
and cheese.
stuff like Sugar Box, the best song in the history of music.
Yes, people put that, and you're thinking, are these people like not are they
Yeah,
deaf or something? Do you know what I mean? Like you just you can't. But then it's I suppose it is that thing. Is it like in Richard Mark's song? It's cheesy, but I like it because it has a
yeah,
remembrance to the past. The same with Milli Vanilli. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's the thing. But yes, I think we should pick which is the best song. I think it's going to be easier picking the best song to picking the worst song.
Yeah, definitely.
So
There's
we'll go for
quite a
best
few.
songs first. Laney, I'll take. I'm going for Street Tough. I think I know who you're going for.
Pump up the jam. I'm going for the WI. Woohoo!
So best songs for me: Street Tough, Paula. Uh, Laney, good choice. So, Susan's gone for Technotronic. Have we got anyone else soon? If you want to put best, then you can put worst, and I'll take them both down. Best song, Pump Up the Jam for Sharon.
Mac and Moolah,
What?
you know it's pump up the jam, you know it is.
Flip, Macam, Moolah. I tell you what you've got to do. Flip a coin. You know it's worst songs then as well.
Sharon's gone for pump up the jam as well. Burn all the rest, she says.
And all the rest.
Uh,
For me, the
um,
worst one. It is hard to pick.
it is.
I would possibly say Wendy and Lisa.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go there as well.
Uh,
It has that reminder of Prince, but then a massive disappointment that it isn't. So
well, I think I might have shared this on here before. I'm not a Prince fan. I think he's massively overrated. And I know I'll get pelters.
Terrible. Terrible. But then I
Oh.
suppose you just don't see the sex appeal he's got, probably because he's not your type. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but he's only about that big as well. It's like,
No, but he just oozes it. He just does, even though like,
oh, what? Oh,
yay, Stephen and Makamura, yay.
yeah. Pelt, pelt, pelt. Oh, I was thinking pelt, pelt, but oh, I'm getting pelters from Paula. Worst song, Sugar Box from Sharon. Oh, Susan, I should
Sharon,
say.
Susan, Jesus.
Prince definitely oozes.
Yeah.
Was he that big? Exactly. Sorry, this big.
You sit next to him, like, do you really know?
Yeah. Prince had a great strip. I just don't. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. But I like Pulp, and people hate Jarvis Cocker. I think he seems creepy, and he could be that weird school teacher. But I
No,
quite like
but I
Jarvis
don't
Cocker.
hate Jarvis Cocker. I think he'd probably be a twat in person, like, but
Yeah,
like I don't. But as a stage performance and like,
yeah. So have we got any more? Because
right,
no one's picking
Paula,
worse songs. I think
who
there's too many worse songs.
I don't know if Paula's met Prince twice or if she's met Jarvis Cocker twice.
All right, Matt Moore likes Pulp. No, twat person. He seems like a lovely bloke, really.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the impression he gives off.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That he would be.
yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything, does it? Because someone can come across lovely and actually be a twat in person. So, like me.
So Paul has met Prince twice. That's mental. No, I'm getting pelted. Personal friend. But have we got any more? Because we've only got two people who've picked worst, like terrible tracks. Just say your worst ones. Bendy Wendy. There you go, Sharon. Bendy Wendy. Bendy Wendy. So any more? Told me true story. Whilst I'm waiting for people to pick the worst tracks as well, what I was trying to do is you can have polls in here on like your side chat. I tried to have a poll to put your best or worst songs in, so there's only 12 tracks. I thought you can't do a poll over four like options. So I couldn't have had a put because I thought that'll be easy. Everyone just pick the best thing or the worst thing. And it was really bad, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So Stall hasn't really got a worst one. Worst one, Wendy Waterfall. Wendy and Lisa from Makamula. Yeah, I think that's gonna probably. I think we'll stick with that. Best track, Pump Up the Jam. Worst track, Wendy and Lisa for Waterfall.
I cannot believe now that Stig tells you. A what? A pool? A Paul? What's he saying? Translator, please.
Paul.
A pool.
Paul. What's a Paul?
And he doesn't mean a person from Poland.
RS Harris 31, welcome along. You were just wrapping stuff up, but if you can have a look at the playlist and you know them songs, let us know your best and worst. But yes, what I was thinking of doing though, because obviously we're going through different ones, and I think what's made us worse with this and taken so long is because this album's so shit. It's been like, oh god, I'm going to do this album, I'm going to do that. So what I might plan on doing after I've done like next week, when we do the final part of this Now album, I might look at letting just to try and get guests on. If you've got a favorite Now album you would like to come on and do, and just pick and choose, and so we're jumping all over the place. So we're not. I know people like to go chronologically, so I'll leave it up to you guys. Should we jump all over and pick different ones, or should we just stick chronologically? Because I think it'll be easier getting guests on if someone says, "Oh, I quite like Now 34." I'll love to come on and do that.
I think it's better chronologically.
There. It's just that I know there's one of my friends who he lives in China now, but he was like, "Oh, if when you're up to the 90s," but like I know I should have been there now and everything.
Yes, it's no one's fault but yours, Neil. You can't just change
all
the rules
right, all
now.
right, okie dokie. No, but that's the thing. We should like, if I could have like picked and choosed and everything, I would have had like Big Joe on and everything. And to be honest, I might struggle in the future because now he's like on Japanese telly. He's gone over there. He's been on Japanese radio, and from that he's ended up on Japanese telly. And it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
we could have been big in Japan, like the song, which who's can't even think who sings that now. But yes, Susan's spreadsheet will go haywire. Oh, I might just do it just to ruin Susan's spreadsheet.
No, you gotta
Yeah,
keep
do
it in
that.
order.
Oh, all right, I'll keep it in
Well,
order.
practically in the 90s, I think you've
Yeah,
only
yeah.
got
Well, next week will be the very last. Now it's what
one
I
of the
call
80s. Yeah.
yeah of the 80s. It's the last one.
Cool.
Um,
There's some really cool ones coming up in the 90s. Like I remember
yeah,
looking through them.
yeah. I think like you say, we've got some quite good tracks. How got that? How do you stop the share? Remove that. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, but yes, what still said Susan spreadsheet. Yeah, do better. Okay, I'll try and do better. I do not have a now spreadsheet.
No spreadsheet. No, she doesn't.
I'll tell you something I do. I shouldn't really keep a spreadsheet because I was going to do a playlist of all the best songs and the now live streams and all the worst songs. It should have been there. That's something else I need to do better with. So yes, there is quite a lot of things I need to do better with. But thank you everyone for coming along with the long-awaited comeback. Obviously, teething problems because I'm a bit out of sorts, but I used to have teething problems when I was doing it every week. So there's nothing new. Yeah, you're expecting that.
Well, if you need a sidekick until Stu's back, I'm
yeah,
happy to.
yeah. And if anyone else wants to come on, if you've got albums, I know
Yeah,
Susan
got a
was saying she might.
reviewer
Yes.
now album.
Yes, let me know, and I will try and get you on. But yes, I have Laney homework notes, so there you go, George notes. But yes, thank you everyone for coming along. Thanks for coming back. If you haven't given us a thumbs up, all that crap. But thank you, and we'll see you next week. So thanks very much,
Bye.
and I will see you later if I can remember how to end it. Right, see you all later. Goodbye.
Bye.